today we've got a little treat for you. We've got a ranking tier list, and I'm joined by two of my friends, Hayabusa and Vimmers. Now both of them are creators, they're both on Twitch. Hayabusa also has a YouTube channel, which I will put in the links below in the bio. But yeah, we are discussing the 48 characters of Street Fighter, the 30th anniversary collection. Now, this was very, very long, but this is going to be sawn in half. So this is the first part of that list.
Right, guys, so we've got the Street Fighter tier list here. I'm joined by Hayabusa and Vimmers. So say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
There's always one.
As we mentioned before, these are all characters who are featured in the 30th anniversary edition, which of course includes for all the way from the original Street Fighter all the way until Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So we're going to run through these alphabetically, and we're just going to kind of discuss where we are with it. So without further ado, we start with, starting at A, and I'm going to pop them in the B rank at the very beginning. We're going to discuss where we go from that. So starting off, guys, we've got Adon. Hayabusa, what are your thoughts on him, mate?
Adon. Well, what can I say? He's one of my boys. I'd say his appearance in the Alpha games, very solid. Particularly good anti-air with his Rising Jaguar kick. It's a knee attack, really, isn't it? But I would say that he's quite a balanced character. His best version is the Alpha 2, because he's got a bit more speed to him than in Alpha 1, as it's a slower game in general, obviously. But
Vimmers, what's your take on Adon?
I've only just started using Adon recently, actually, when we're playing Alpha a bit. I love his moveset. I like he said, the anti-air is great. I love his design, whole character. I said, hey, I like the speed in him as well. I do like Adon. I like his hair. Testable.
It's a funny one. I personally find Adon, he's quite a knacky character. Now, what I say by knacky characters, I don't find him as easy to handle, and it's that hop he does on his super. The amount of times I jump over my opponent and then basically hitbox completely behind him and miss.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's Jaguar or something.
It's probably Jaguar, Super Jaguar Rising 2 or something. Yeah.
I'm never any good at the names of.
No one is.
No one is.
So what's the consensus, guys? Are we saying? I mean, he's a solid character. I personally would put him as a B. But I'm feeling that both of you might go for an A.
I've already put that A.
A?
Yeah, I would say he's an A, personally, because that's just, I've got a lot of experience of how to use him.
He was a great boss in the early games as well.
It's an A. The next one up, to be honest, I mean, I know I'm saying I'm going to start with an B. Akuma's going to be an S, isn't he? I can't see anyone changing anyone's mind of Akuma not being an S.
No, that's absolutely spot on.
I mean, we know Hayabusa mains Akuma, so he's best placed to to basically give an overall overview of Akuma, basically. So
if you put it anywhere less, he would range Demoness in real life.
Yeah, you're not going to be front door. If I put it even if I put it as an A, there'll be the questions.
There'll be somebody out there who go, "Oh, I don't agree with that."
Yeah, but
there's going to be people anyway.
But the thing was, though, I mean, he's also one of the most iconic characters of the whole Street Fighter franchise. I mean, he's in flipping Tekken 7, for goodness sake. I mean, he doesn't belong there, if you ask me. But, I mean, Akuma, he's one of those ones, I think, where he was kind of a hidden character. There was a mystique to it that everyone wanted a piece of Akuma.
Yeah, but especially in Super Turbo, when you could fight him by not losing a match all the way up to Bison, then he would teleport on the screen, Raging Demon Bison, and then you would then that would make you think, oh crap, what have I done here? It was such a great moment.
That's amazing, guys. I mean, Akuma, I think is a consensus between all three of us straight up. He's an S. He is an S. And that's hard to beat. I'm going to struggle to see who else is going to hit S rank, because that means maybe not the same exact level as Akuma, but for different reasons. I mean, let's see how this pans out. So, moving on, sticking with Ace, I don't like this guy. Street Fighter 3 is Alex. Vimmers, talk to me about Alex.
Not a fan.
Alex's grapple, he's almost like a Zangief clone in some respects.
Right.
I have played with him recently and I've actually enjoyed it. I don't really enjoy many grapple characters, but I've enjoyed playing with Alex. I just don't like his design. You'll get that with the big bulky guys, and especially the SF3. I do not like the designs of them.
Yeah.
And the moveset's okay, but there's nothing really that stands out. I wouldn't say he's terrible, but I wouldn't say he's good either. He's just kind of there.
It was one of the very bland additions. I mean, in the right hands, I'm sure he plays great in competent hands. But
that's the same for any character, though. In the right hands, if that's your main and you play it a lot, he'll look decent.
Exactly.
But
for me, you're just one of them bland additions that put people off Street Fighter 3 originally, because there was no Ryu and Ken in it either.
Yeah, I mean, he was meant to be the main character of 3 originally, wasn't he?
It was going to be based around Alex.
But,
Really?
Yeah, he's just
he's
just a lump.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I mean, prejudice aside, I don't mind the grapple characters. I don't like Alex. I just think there's nothing to him. There's nothing interesting about him. He's not exactly an intuitive character to play with. So I'm inclined to rank him quite poorly. Now
I would say C or a D.
Yeah, see, I'm hovering around here. This is where I'm at, guys.
Yeah, I'd be around there, but I wouldn't put him in D because he's never done anything playful where I thought coming against him that's generally annoyed me or frustrated me fighting against him. He just, like I say, there's nothing remarkable, there's nothing bad, but there's nothing good either. So I say like a C.
Okay. So Alex is rated at a C. So this is one which I'm going straight to Hayabusa for, because we're onto the B's now. Where are we putting Balrog?
Well, again, one of my boys.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2, but in the Alphas, definitely.
Yeah.
In Alpha 3, sorry, not Alpha 1 and 2, because he wasn't in that. But Alpha 3, I really do like that version in there. Even though the Street Fighter 2 version is a little bit more powerful.
Yeah.
But the only thing I hate about him is when the computer's in control of him and can do the moves without having to charge.
Oh god, yeah. Okay. This little disclaimer here is we're not going to have a rant about how bullcrap charge controls are, especially when the computer just doesn't do them. I'm trying not to factor that into my feelings about Balrog, but I mean, he's a very powerful character, isn't he? And I think by the time Alpha 3 came around, they really started getting the whole combo system in a lot more, and that made him a bit more fluid. But I mean, he's a solid character. I mean, Vimmers, what do you think of Balrog?
There is a very good reason why I absolutely hate Balrog. I hate Balrog, and Hare's laughing because he knows why, because I just can't fight against him at all. And you'll get this when we get to other boxing type. I can't take on boxing characters in Street Fighter games. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. But Balrog overall, I've tried using him before. I used to when I was really young, play as Balrog, and I just had no idea what I was doing. I just get killed all the time. I just go stupid, take it off now from the controls before. I don't care anymore. But no, I don't like Balrog.
It's that was it the spin punch he's got where you hold it down, and when I think it was it Super or was it even Turbo that could negate a fireball. Absolutely love it. So guys, where are we putting Balrog? I mean, I think a solid B is fair for Balrog.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
That's 2-1. Go B then.
So we're going B. You personally would go C, would you, Vimmers?
I'll go D.
You'd D-ranked him.
He's just Mike Tyson rip-off. Get him in the bin.
Hey man, get a little rip off me.
You know what? As soon as I saw Balrog, I was waiting for that the whole time.
Yeah, so I'll put it in my notes.
I was like, yeah, it's in little square brackets. Higher does Mike Tyson impression.
Yep, same there.
Right. Man, you've got primitive tier list skills.
Yeah, I think that's quite fair for Balrog, but
I'll go with that.
Okay, sticking with the bees. Obviously, he actually made his first appearance as a non-playable character in the original Street Fighter. Kind of came in more in the alphas. We've got Birdie. Now, Vimmers, I'd like to come for your opinion on Birdie first, please, mate.
Birdie. It's actually a character. I know we're not talking about Street Fighter 4 and 5, but as the series has gone on, he's become a bit more of a joke character. And I've actually enjoyed him in those games, but the alpha and no, not for me. Not for me.
Haya, what do you think of Birdie?
That was the word.
Yeah. No. His Alpha 3 iteration is quite good. Even I've been managed to be quite competent with him, but Alpha 1 and 2, not for me. Very clunky, very slow, blocks most things with his face when you try and do a move.
And that chain, it's the chain move, that chain slam. I can't deal with it.
When you're facing him against the CPU, again, it's like the Zangief grab from across the screen.
Let's say you know someone's new to Alpha 3, and they go, who should I start off with? No one's ever going to say Birdie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just dross. Yeah. For me, personally speaking, I'd slam him in D. Now, do you guys agree with me?
I wouldn't put it. If it was me, it would be in C because I think his Alpha 3 version saves him a little bit.
Okay. But I've gone D. High's gone C. Vimmers. Where is he going?
I've got the casting vote here, haven't I?
You do.
I'm going to go C. Just because I've never... Every time I see Birdie, it's almost like he's easy to deal with. There's nothing really I can struggle with against Birdie. I know I've based this a lot on my arcade playthroughs and everything like that, because that's what I play mostly. But I've never had a problem with Birdie.
But he's trash.
I know he's trash. He is trash. He looks like trash, but he's done nothing to annoy me, personally. That's like...
Wow, D is really a reserved circle of hell at the moment. I was so sure Alex and Birdie were going in D, but okay, alright, that's cool. This is why we have these discussions. This is good. So we'll move on then. So to what I believe is a very iconic character of the Street Fighter series, of course, made his debut, Street Fighter 2. It's Blanka. Haya. What do you think of Jimmy from Brazil? Again, interesting backstory with Blanka. It's a bit weird. As a child, I genuinely thought if you lived in the jungles of Brazil, you could generate electricity because you could copy an eel. Now, that's just one of the silly things you say at school, that Blanka became feral, and because he watched the thing, you could do it yourself. There's some kind of weird mimesis occurred, which is a bit odd.
Blanka, not a fan of his Street Fighter 2 iteration, purely for the fact that because when you play 2-player, there's always that one person that just tries to get you in the corner and spam the electric and get and kill you with chip damage.
Hi.
Yeah. I bloody hate that, and I'm just not a fan of his Alpha 3 version.
I feel they could have done a lot more with Alpha 3 with him. I mean,
he's a bit of a throwaway character.
It was a bit of a game changer when he gained the vertical role. Again, in the hands of a player, a decent player, Blanka is absolutely deadly.
Oh yeah.
Is my opinion of it. And I went for a run. Certainly, I mean, I know we're not talking about Street Fighter 4. I definitely went on a bit of a run on Street Fighter 4 with Blanka online.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would say I'm a fan. Vimmers, what's your take on Blanka, mate?
I love the design. I love the backstory. Absolutely mental. He's become a bit of a joke in more recent games. I know we're not talking about late Street Fighters too much, but Street Fighter 5 story mode outfit deserves a mention. So it's just a mascot suit.
That ridiculous mascot outfit. I knew that was coming up. I know we're not talking about 5, but I've seen you guys stream it, and I've seen Blanka in that stupid outfit, and it is funny, but.
No, I love his moveset. I love his Sonic the Hedgehog-esque rolls.
He's definitely one of the most memorable characters.
Yeah.
Definitely,
without a shadow of a doubt.
If you speak to like someone who doesn't play games, like just someone who's a casual gamer, and you say, "Oh, have you played Street Fighter?" and they go, Blanka will be one of the first ones that they reel off.
Hiya, would you be happy for us to put him at A?
No, unfollow. No, I'm only joking. No, I can see where you guys are coming from.
Yeah, it's not just the way he plays; it's kind of what he represents as well. I feel, Blanca.
Yeah,
he's definitely one of he's one of the stalwarts, old guard of Street Fighter, and with that, I find him quite balanced because he's fast and he hits hard. Right, now comes the first argument of the day because you guys are going to gang up on me here. It's Cami White making her debut in Super Street Fighter 2. I mean, I'm going to take the lead on this one. Cami is actually my main. I'm trying to not be biased with my opinion here. This is my argument for Cami. Cami, again, she's quick, she's fluid, she's got great anti-air, and I just think that she is a nightmare to take on. You know, when you go online, there's a lot of people who will basically play Street Fighter the same way. I find Cami is the ultimate foil for your average Ryu spammer online. So, Vimmers, what are your thoughts on Cami?
I never had any positive feelings for Cami until about 2 years ago, and now she's one of my mains.
Okay.
I love Cami. The speed, the aerials, in general, love Cami. She's quite iconic, and I mean, who else has been played by Connie Minogue in the movie?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
She's a proper fan favourite now.
Yeah, great design. Capcom seems to love her. She always gets loads of stuff like outfits, stuff like in future games. Yeah, I love Cami. I really do.
Okay, Haya, what's your thoughts on Cami White?
No, very, very, very big fan of Cami. I do prefer her Alpha 3 version over her Super SF2 appearances.
Yeah, definitely. She's immense in 3.
It's just purely for the fact you can do more with her.
So
she fits my playstyle perfectly.
Do you guys concur? I would put Cami as an A.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought we were going to get in a fight over that because you're going to tell me, oh, it's just because you like Cami, she's your male. Yeah, but Cami's good. Well, there was a lot of backstory in him before they brought him in. I think it was in the alphas, but that's Charlie Nash. Hiya, would you like to start? Would you like to start talking about Charlie Nash, sir?
Yeah, quite a fan actually. He's a little bit quicker than Guile.
Everyone's quicker than Guile.
I'm quicker than Guile.
You can also do like regular combos with lights and mediums, like you can, like say with Ryu or Ken.
Yes.
I mean, everyone can do combos with lights and mediums, obviously, but Charlie, being a charge character, can do them as quick as like Ryu and Ken. So he's got like a extra ability, if you know what I'm going to say. Though the only thing is that lets him down is he takes a lot of learning.
I don't get on with him because, like I just said, the learning curve is quite steep with Charlie. Overall, as a character, fine, completely serviceable, better than Guile, and then again, as we get to, a lot of people are better than Guile. I think there's about 40 people better than Guile. But no, I'm not overly fussed by Charlie. It's nothing like, it's kind of like an Alex for me. It doesn't really stand out apart from the backstory. That's about it. I feel like it's been forgotten about in certain games as well. But no, I'm not got really strong feelings for or against him, really.
I think Charlie's one of those ones that he's a character who I will basically play without using his special moves. I think just as a vanilla character, if you exclude special moves, he's not bad. But to try and then incorporate his specials into that style of play, it doesn't really click with me at all with Charlie.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid character. I don't think he's a bad character. If it wasn't for his backstory, I'd see him as a filler character. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he's quite integral to the main canon of the Street Fighter storyline without really setting it on fire when they brought him in. Where are we putting Charlie Nash?
B, I would say.
B? Vimmers?
Yeah.
I would say C.
I was erring towards a C. But Haya, do you feel that alone is strong enough to overrule me and Vim?
He's definitely a B because there's a lot of Nash fans. A lot of very, very popular.
Okay.
All right. That's changed my mind. Okay. I will keep him. However, the next one, there is no way on earth she is going to be a B. That's Chun Li. There is no way on earth Chun Li is staying as a B. Vimmers, Chun Li, discuss.
S.
S.
I love Chun Li. Really iconic.
Mhm.
I know we're not talking about outside India, but when you think Street Fighter, you think Ryu, you think Chun Li. Every time. Yeah, I absolutely love Chun Li. One of my mains as well. And she could be a good foil to people who play as Ryu and stuff like that. She can be unpredictable in the right hands.
I think, to be fair, Chun Li's a lot of people's mains. To be fair.
Yeah. I know
She's got a big following. There's a lot of people who play as her. So, yeah. Higher. What do you think of Chun Li?
Funny thing is about Chun Li, you know, especially when you were a kid, and you had your friends round, and you know, and if there was a girl there, they would always pick Chun Li, wouldn't they? And again, like Blanca, one of the ones that people will always remember.
Right.
But her best version is in Third Strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I'm glad they brought her back for Street Fighter 3 because obviously she wasn't in it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, her Third Strike iteration, she's one of the top tier characters of that game, without a doubt. I mean, the special meter building, just her all round moveset really is pretty good. I would say she's an A.
She's an A. I mean, I'm flitting between A and S.
Yeah.
Because I'm sort of like, I see Chun Li. If we look, we got there Blanca and Adon. Chun Li for me is superior to them. I mean, for what she said, I'm so tempted to go S rank. I mean, would you really talk me down this one higher?
No. I mean, like I say, I would say that what gets her into the S rank, if it was me, is just her staying power in the series.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She's one of those characters that, you know, she's, even if she's not your main, she's one you will have as your backup. I think if you go hit random select, you get Chun Li, you're never disappointed, are you?
No, that's it. I mean, well, I would be because I don't really use them. But,
fair enough, but yeah, you know what I mean. Next one, originally from Final Fight. That's Cody Travers. Higher. Talk to me about Cody Travers.
Now then, of course, in this series, he was out of the 30th anniversary collection. He's only an Alpha 3, isn't he?
He is indeed, yeah.
So it's just that one game to go on, and he's a bit funny to play with. I mean, that tornado up.
Yeah.
Is just weird. The knife in the middle of the stage, weird.
It's the throwing the rock. His projectile just lobs a rock at them.
Yeah.
It's just...
I do like his stage where he's breaking out of the prison.
I was going to bring that up. I love that stage. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah, it's a cool stage, but he's a naff character. He's just a lump.
Yeah. I mean...
Alone Vimmers. Talk to me about Cody Travers.
I just touched on it. It's weird. What do you ever get banged up for?
Yeah.
Does anyone know?
The protagonist of Final Fight suddenly is some kind of convict. I mean, yeah.
He got framed for something, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. Why are you fighting with his hands cuffed together? I mean, how can you probably punch someone?
I mean, on the merits of Street Fighter Alpha 3 alone, I'm not going to score him particularly well.
No, I'm not. I mean, like Vimmers just mentioned, he's got the handcuffs on. Why hasn't he got like a really good grapple with it?
Like Birdie's got. Yeah.
That would have been good.
Fine. So we're going C for Cody Travers, yeah? C for
C
for Cody. Therefore, what happens to Dan Hibiki?
If you put him in D, I'm leaving this call.
Okay, Vimmers, run with us. Dan Hibiki, sell it to us. Dan Hibiki,
the
talk
only
to us.
thing, I don't play with Dan very often, but when I do, it's always memorable. The taunts, just like everything about him, he's just this ball of energy, just fantastic. But as a fighter, use him as a fighter can be awkward if you don't know exactly how to work. I love Dan. I've always loved Dan. I love his backstory as well, and I love the fact he's in 5. And I know by that moment we have an argument.
I'm going to just hold my peace at the moment. Hayabusa, please talk to me about Dan Hibiki.
Well, considering he's meant to be a piss take character,
That's what I love.
yeah, I mean, to put Robert Garcia's head on Ryo Sakazaki's body and then say, yeah, I see what you do in SNK is quite funny.
But the wimpy fireball.
The charm. It's
Lift
part
it
of the charm.
The wimpy. I can't deal with him. I can't.
He's a fire. Everybody loves a fire.
That short range fireball is good to combo into.
Right.
With your lights and mediums, you finish on the fireball. Yeah.
I go C. I cannot stand him. I just think the joke character just hits me too hard that he is a complete and utter joke. He's just such a Poundland Ryu. Is the best way I can call him. You know what I mean? Like a Wish.com Ryu. I just can't.
Wish.com Ryu.
I just can't get on board. I mean, I accept there's lots of sort of Ryu paradigm characters, but he's almost like parody, and I can't get on board with him. But guys, if you feel he's a B, I'm happy for him to go B. Making his first appearance, so we're moving on. Making his first appearance in Super Street Fighter 2, DJ Maximum. I don't know, that accent was shocking. Sorry, that was. Hiya, talk to me about DJ Maximum.
Well, firstly, he looks like Daisy Ridley.
I wasn't ready for that.
Oh, neither was I.
To begin with, I didn't, because his fireball is charge. But as I got used to playing charge characters, it became quite fun. But again, his Alpha 3 version is better.
I'm not sold. Vimmers, what do you think of DJ?
One of the characters when I played Turbo 2 a lot, come on, was like, yeah, okay, I like DJ, seems alright, but I just, as the years have gone on, you just kind of forget about him, forget he's there. There's nothing really that stands out with DJ compared to other fighters within the 2 games, the 3 games, sorry. And to be fair, I actually forgot I was an Alpha until I just said, that's how much I don't really recognise DJ. I mean, there's not much really to go on with him.
I think
it's just kind of there.
The only thing memorable from him from Street Fighter 2 is when you from Super Street Fighter 2 is when you beat him and you go no.
Doesn't he get the little shakers out, the little rackers out? Doesn't
yes.
He? Where are we putting him? I would go C.
Yeah.
Well, we've not put anyone in D yet, so let's put him in there. Because,
D for DJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd happy with that.
Purely for the fact that
he's forgettable.
The thing that doesn't save him is he's very forgettable.
We've got another one beginning with D. He's been in the series a lot, and that's Dalsim. Vimmers, do you want to start us with Dalsim?
I hate him. I hate him. Strictly because I played 2 Turbo the other day and he just nuked me. I cannot stand it. I think his design's great and having like the Buddha/Hindu type character is great, but why has he got rubber limbs? Why is he Stretch Armstrong? I don't get it. And his elephants in stage, they do my head. They can do one as well. I just can't stand him. Can't stand him.
He's a fake out character. I mean, the little story that I got was I genuinely believe people could stretch like that if they practiced yoga at school. So, you know what I mean?
That's another thing. It's all a lie.
It's
all a lie.
It's very misleading. I'm citing Street Fighter 4 here once. I once went online and I played against matchmate with a Japanese player, and he shows Dalsim. I thought I got an easy time here. I got annihilated. I'd never seen someone play
people with punches and kicks.
It's the fact is when they gave him a teleport, that basically covered up the fact he's slower than Bob open a tar pit. He's just
in competent hands, as you found out. Very, very tough to. It's just because he's so awkward. He's got a weird jump, stretchy limbs, and fireballs.
Oh God! Don't even mention the fireballs.
Yeah. It's that little spear he does, and because if you don't get it right, you end up kicking. He kicks high when he's in the air, and it hits nobody. And I don't see the point of that.
Yeah. But I don't think he's too bad. Me personally, I've never been interested in using him. But I've seen people at tournaments use him, and they're very, very proficient. So he's obviously maybe worth learning, but not for me. I wouldn't put him D rank. I would put him in C.
No.
I wouldn't put him as D.
He's quite iconic.
I wouldn't put him D. Yeah, again, he's iconic. There's a reason they keep bringing him back. I think, yeah, C. I would have gone C. So that's fair.
Yeah.
Again, they keep putting him in the game, so somebody likes him.
Someone out there likes him, just not us.
Yeah.
If you are that person, just put it in the comments for us so we know who you are.
Yeah, pop it down in the comments so we can find out who actually does main as douse him. So, right, guys, okay. I think this guy first came in Street Fighter 3. It's Dudley. I mean, you like boxing characters, Hayabusa. Please talk to me about Dudley.
He's a bit weird to get used to because when I first saw Dudley, I thought, oh, another one like Balrog, and I thought, why isn't the charges working?
Yeah, he's a crescent character, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually more akin to a SNK fighter because of the half circle motions rather than quarter circles. Although he does have quarter circle motion moves, but when you use his dash attacks, he can get inside, do some quick damage. Very, very good. Very, very good character.
Okay, that's fair enough. Vimmers, what do you? I think I know what you're going to say about Dudley, but go on.
It's interesting you bring up SNK in your point there, because he's as cheap as an SNK fighter. We know my opinion on boxing characters already. I don't think he's as heinous as Balrog.
No.
But the thing that marks me down, and I connect a lot of characters and stories. I do naturally gaming anyway. I can't stand the British stereotype at all.
No, that is pretty.
And I don't know, it really slaps hard. That Rosemary beat shot. That is like the ultimate insult with his friend.
What? Rather than the butler who comes from the helicopter with his tea?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I haven't.
Wins it for me.
He arrives in a Rolls Royce. He vaults out of a Rolls Royce.
We don't have Rolls Royces everywhere.
No.
In the UK. We don't.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a B.
Okay. I couldn't tier him differently from Balrog, personally, as well.
Mm.
So to have them both in B, I think for me works out quite nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on because I'm aware that we've only done what was it, 15 odd characters. We've got a lot more to get through, so I'm going to try and hurry us up a little bit because I know what we're like as well, and obviously I can see who's coming up. Eddie Honda.
Yeah.
Where are we putting Eddie Honda?
His Street Fighter 2 version can just do one.
Yep.
Purely for the fact
Awful.
the same version. It's the same situation as Blanca with the cornering you and chip damage.
Oh jeez, yeah, and it just. And then he can move forward in the in turbo. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to hate that when I was a kid.
Still hate it now.
I mean, when you fight him against the CPU and the CPU is Honda, you try and do something and it just comes back with that chop all the time. Chop.
I can't deal with it.
It can hit you out of the air.
The hitbox on that karate chop is ridiculous.
I don't mind him. It's not like a go-to for me. I do like the diving headbutt does across the screen. The obviously you said about chip damage in the corner. That's one of the annoying things when you're playing against somebody else and like the main drive or snares or whatever you concentrate whispers. Someone will always do that against you. He's one of very few sumo characters in the series, and I feel that's an underutilized area in the whole series. That's why Honda steps out a bit more for me. I like him, but I don't use him.
And with the cheapness of that chop and the computer's overuse of that bloody bear hug, which goes straight into a 100-hand slap every time. Get bent. I personally put Honda in a C. Yeah, I think with me and Haya airing towards a C. Vimmers, are you happy for him to go into C?
That's fine. We're a democracy here.
We are democracy. Well, I'm swaying towards you guys here. We've got another Street Fighter 3 character. She's an African character, I think capoeira style. It's Elena. So, Street Fighter 3, I want to start with Hayabusa. Okay, I was going to say, I'm going to start with Hayabusa before I got ugh. Alright, talk to me about Elena, mate. The leggy Elena.
I mean, if you look at her story, she's always super happy all the time, even when you punch her in the face. Bloody Eddie Gordo shit she keeps doing.
She is the Eddie Gordo of Street Fighter, basically.
Yeah. I mean, especially when it's an EX version of that move, and then it just carries on for about 10 minutes.
I know, and it just flies across the screen and gets you in a corner, and you're like, just no.
Yeah. Not a fan.
I feel we're in similar camps here. Vimmers, can you make a case for Elena?
Not a character I've used too often, but recently this week when I've been going back through the series for this video, I've used Elena. I've actually found quite a big success with it. I do like her moveset. I have to remember to use kicks more often because her punch moves are just non-existent based on the fight style, really. But yeah, I don't mind Elena.
I mean, okay, guys, where we're putting up,
yeah.
I'm inclined to go C. Would that be fair? Higher or lower? What do you think?
That's fair.
Fair?
Yeah, I'll go with that, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, for the same reason that I think Dalsim's in C. It's just the cheese factor. But this one I think could split opinion. First appearing in Super Street Fighter 2, and I'm going to put it out there. I like this guy. It's Feylong. Vimmers, talk to me about Feylong.
Underrated. Very
Okay.
underrated. I do like Feylong. Not a lot of people. I think a lot of people did gravitate to the first point because of the Bruce Lee comparisons and the screaming. Oh, the screaming.
Yeah, this is quite irritating. I'll give you that.
But when you get past that, he's actually underneath a very good fighter with the moveset. I do like Feylong, but the design is a bit bland apart from the Bruce Lee comparison that I said before. There's nothing really that makes me stand out amongst the great cast of Street Fighter characters. That's
True.
why I think he gets forgotten about sometimes, but I do like Feylong. I do.
Hiya, what do you think of Feylong?
Huge fan. I mean, we've had the Mike Tyson rip-off, and it was about time they put a Bruce Lee rip-off in there, isn't it?
There's always a Bruce Lee rip-off in every beat-em-up game, every franchise, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the problem with Super Street Fighter, he had a very limited special moveset. He only had two. He had the Rekka Ken and the Flaming Dragon Kick.
That's it, yeah.
And that was it. You know, most characters would have three special moves. He only had two. But I think what made up for that was, again, he was fluid. You could combo with him. If you got someone in a corner and you're playing as Feylong, you will punish him.
I think that more than makes up for it. I would say an A for sure.
An A.
Yeah, I'll go there. I'll say higher B, lower A.
Yep. Yeah. No. I would put him in A. Okay. First joining the series, actually in the original Street Fighter, there's a non-playable character. They brought him in later on. It's Gen. Vimmers, talk to me about Gen.
I don't have much experience with Gen. And part of the values plans are taken on all the time, like everybody else does. But overall, it doesn't really stand out to me. I know he's got a great lore and backstory within the series, but when it comes to Gen, not really used him. Not really very free. It's a bit like Alex for me personally. Doesn't stand out to me. I'm sure Haybrids will feel differently because he has more like the lore side of things. Must be using more than me, but nothing really steps out for me again.
Although I do like the idea of the different stances he has.
Mm-hmm.
Might be worth me dipping back in to have a look because I've tried, but it was when I was less experienced and I thought, oh god, he's got other stances. I just couldn't be bothered. Viciously quick with his combos, if you can pull them off. And he's also got that finisher where it sort of poisons you and takes your health away.
And he zips across the screen left and right. Yeah.
I do like fighting against him because it's always a good challenge.
Yeah, he's a solid character, but as Vim has said, I think for someone with as much backstory to him, I don't find him really iconic to Street Fighter. I mean, he's supposed to be the ultimate foil for Akuma, and he's not even close. Should we put him as a B?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, but he's quite inoffensive. However, who is very offensive? Guile. Where do I begin with Guile? Vimmers, do you want to start with Guile?
Magnificent hair. And that's it. That's the only redeeming feature. There's nothing else about Guile that I like. His whole pyrokinesis type thing.
Cryokinesis, yeah.
Resurrection.
Resurrection is just the cheapest piece of shit. Look, we've established already that me and Vims absolutely hate Guile. Hayabusa, can you make a case for Guile?
No, I certainly can.
Okay.
I just love that he pisses so many people off. I mean, obviously, you, if you're in competitive play, if you picked him, you'd be a bit of a dick. But for fighting amongst your friends, it's brilliant because I mean, you've seen it when I've streamed and picked Guile.
I have.
Yeah, and the outrage it causes is hilarious.
Yeah, mainly from me. I hate him.
As a CPU boss, yeah, he is cheap, and again, he was designed to take your money.
Yeah. He's an SNK boss. He really is.
But why does she have to wear tight white pants?
All right.
It's
B,
actually-
B for Guile, Hayabusa?
Yeah, if we must.
Okay. Well, you talking about cashing it in. First appearing in Street Fighter 2, it's Guile.
Here we go.
Hayabusa, please start with Guile.
I hate this character.
That was very kind.
I
That was very polite for him.
hate people who play as Guile. They are the worst people on the face of the earth. But this is only in the Street Fighter 2 and the Super Street Fighter 2 games.
Right.
Alpha 3, much more tolerable.
Okay.
He actually tries to come and attack you, and the way he's set up with his moveset in Alpha 3, not discouraged to turtle, but it is counterproductive if you do it for a long time. Not like in plain old Street Fighter 2 where you can just turtle, flash kick, or Sonic. Yeah, and that's how you win matches, by being a boring git.
I don't want to say Guile. Guile can just go in the bin.
Yeah.
I don't like Guile at all. These stupid sunglasses, stupid haircut, stupid moveset, stupid Sonic boom, stupid everything. Just don't like him. Never liked him. Never will like him.
I've always found Guile is quite cheap. He's overly defensive. You win with Guile by basically not playing the game, and I've not been a fan. I can't stand him. But is he grievous enough to go D rank? Is my question. To
Yes.
you. Yes, from Vimmers.
I would say C.
I think C's probably fair, because I suppose he is a recurring character. He's a very well-known character in Street Fighter. It doesn't sit well with me putting him straight into D as much as I dislike him. Here's one I do actually quite like, and I'm putting my line in the sand straight away. He's originally from Final Fight, made his debut in Street Fighter Alpha, and that's Guy. Hayabusa, can you make a case for Guy?
I certainly can. Very, very fun, interesting character to play with, actually. I mean, from Alpha 1 and out to Alpha 3, not massively changed during those 3 games. He's quick. I mean, he's got that sprint move that you can do into the flying kick, which throws a lot of people off. I mean, less experienced players, obviously. Of course. But good finishes. Does good damage.
That spinning kick. That spinning kick is just Devo, mate.
Yeah. And he's also got that air combo. Yeah, which is very good when you land it. I can certainly see Guy being possibly an A, maybe, but the lowest I think he should be is a B, definitely.
I like Guy. He's very fun to play with. I tend to go towards these sort of characters anyway naturally, and I've always had fun playing with Guy. He's not too hard to fight against as well, which is quite good. And I like Guy. He's a good guy. Guy.
I personally like him again, as Hayabusa mentioned. He's very fluid. He hits really hard. He's good to chain, and I think for me, I'd personally put Guy as an A.
Yeah.
In agreement there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guy. It's not even at a saunter. Guy flies into the A rank for me. So easily.
Sure.
He's not an S rank, but he's definitely better than a B. Definitely. But in personal opinion, who definitely is not an A rank, I cannot stand this guy, Hugo Andore. First from Final Fight, big old lump and rip-off of Andre the Giant. Vimmers, talk to me about Hugo.
I hate his in-game animations. It just looks so out of place in 3. Like in Third Strike, you just really have if you get him to fight against Guile, he just walks up to Guile, and just like, what?
Never used him. Don't like the look of him. He was a pain in the arse in Final Fight, as enough as it is.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Doesn't need to be a pain in the arse in another set of games.
All he does is run up, he either grabs you or runs up and just hits you with his crotch in Final Fight. I know we're not discussing Final Fight here, but he hasn't translated well into the Street Fighter universe. I think he's a bit of a joke character, and I just think he's naff. He's absolutely naff, and I don't know why they bother bringing him in.
his grapple moves are unnecessarily powerful. If you think Zangief's a pain, this guy is even more of a pain. Not for me. D.
Yeah, D.
D rank. Good shout, because that's exactly where I wanted Hugo and Dore to go. Vimmers, how's your connection? You good?
I should be good for this.
Ibuki. Talk to me about
Yes.
Ibuki, Vimmers.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying that because I love Ibuki and I made Ibuki. She's got a fantastic moveset. Okay, her story's a bit weak. Her story's quite weak in the games and that. But overall, when you go onto a lot of top 10 favourite Street Fighter characters around the internet, Ibuki's always in there. She's a fan favourite overall. But yeah, I love her. I love her to pieces. And I know a lot of people can find it difficult to fight against because of her speed. There's a great get behind the back move to get past your opponents. And yeah, she's a ninja. Girl ninja. What do you want? What do you want?
What was your thoughts?
Not a fan. The only thing she's got going for her is speed. Puny specials, puny finishes. Speed. You need more. You need more than speed.
I quite like her. I find her. I find her quite fluid. As you say, she doesn't hit as hard as she does, but I think she can get out of a lot of situations quite well.
Although the one thing I will say for her, her third strike iteration is definitely very good. But
it's the best one.
The other two, no, not for me. She don't get any higher than a B for me. Yeah,
that's
because like
my guts at A. My guts at A.
Iteration is
now
good.
I'm going to find it hard differentiating between the next two.
Same here.
Well, okay, let's put Julie up first.
Yeah.
Let's put Julie up first. Now, I get confused between them here, so Hayabusa, you're probably going to have to help me out with this one. So
yeah, this is the one that plays very similar to Cami. Very stable, balanced character. Not one of the best, obviously, but she's very, very usable. Quick to pick up, like Cami. And it's good that they changed the animations rather than just giving her another spiral arrow and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's got that flying flat kick like Liu Kang's kick, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
See, that's my problem with her. I find her there's nothing to her. She's a I find her a bit of a filler character. Vimmers, what do you think of Julie?
Julie.
Me Julie.
Yeah, I don't really have. I've never really used her. That's really hard. I didn't really know about her existence till a few years ago when Haya showed me her in action. I think I don't really have much of an opinion on her, so I'll really go off what Haya says on this one. I say B.
But no, I think B.
Okay, we'll keep her as a
Yeah.
B. So where does that leave Junie? Another one of Bison's dolls. Now she was the grappler one, wasn't she?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, she was the grappler. Never used her personally. I just don't gravitate towards her. Not particularly memorable, as you say.
I'm just struggling with anything to say about
same here.
about Julie or Junie. That's why I'd be whacking them in C because I've literally got no comment on them. Julie,
the one in B, but put the other one in C just because she's a little bit more difficult to learn.
Okay, so we've got Julie in B, but Junie goes down into C.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, okay, next character I find quite fluid, quite a bit of a fan favourite. Karin.
I do like Karin.
Okay.
When I first started playing Alpha, she was one of my mains. I like the whole. She's like more of a punchy character. She's got a very good rivalry with another character we touch on later on. Story's really good. Moveset's great. Just a bit weak with the obviously kicking side of things. I know she's more trained in the fist for a moveset. But overall, design-wise, I love her butler.
Very big fan. She's got good combos, good command normals. The only thing she's a bit of a letdown against is fireball characters because obviously if you're facing a good zoner, it's tough to get inside.
Yeah, definitely.
But once you do get inside, they're in trouble.
Yeah, she's got an up close and personal character.
She's almost like a pseudo boxer when you put it like that.
I like her. I think she's a decent character. I was floating around about here. Guys, are we going A for Karin?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I would like to thank both of you for your time. It has been absolutely magnificent having you guys here. But I'm gonna we'll sign off here. But Hayabusa, do you want to just tell everyone about yourself?
I'm a Twitch affiliate streamer. I also have a YouTube channel, Hayabusa playthroughs and reviews. If you want to check that out, I've only got playthroughs on there at the moment. The reviews have hit a bit of a snag, but if you like playthroughs, just give them a watch. They're just honest playthroughs. They're not like speed runs or anything like that. But if you enjoy that sort of thing, check that out. And also, my Twitch handle is Hayabusa222. I stream various games, retro, strategy, fighting games, all sorts really. So if that sounds like your bag, come and check me out.
Brilliant. Vimmers, do you want to tell everyone about yourself?
Yeah. I'm a Twitch affiliate. Just recently, I play a lot more modern games compared to Hayabusa. I stream 3 to 4 days a week over on twitch.tv/Feylong. I'm playing a lot of modern stuff. Do a lot of more Japanese things, more random games, a bit more weird indie games as well. So if you ever feel like dropping by, give us a follow. Maybe be a lovely lurker. Feel free to drop by.
It's fantastic, and both the guys, all their stuff will be in the bio below this video. Guys, I just want to thank you once again for coming along and having this absolutely fantastic discussion. It's been great fun. But
thank you for having us.
No.
Yeah, lovely, mate. Really, thanks for inviting us along. Really, really appreciate it, mate. Really good.
Yeah. Not a problem.
Really
I've thoroughly enjoyed this. But guys, if you're still listening to us, I wanted to say, thank you for choosing to spend your time with us. If you like what we're doing here, or like what we said, please drop a little like for this, and perhaps subscribe if you are new. Is there anything we've said, everyone else, what we said, which is contentious? Please feel free, pop it down in the comments. We would love to have a debate in the chat below this video, and we will respond to it. We're very open to suggestion. We're happy to discuss anything. But I'm just going to sign off here. Say stay safe, everyone. Take care, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.